Greetings from sunny Buffalo, New York. It's February 22nd, 2024. Still some snow on the ground, but it is 51 degrees. And this is my 1974 Sea Nymph 12-foot aluminum boat that I got for a bag of Cape Cod potato chips, a handle of Tito's, and $1. And then this is my 1981 Johnson 2-horse. She's warming up, and we're going to go creek cruising. And away we go. Who says that they can go boating in February, especially in Buffalo? You got to take advantage of this. My little 2-horsepower, she runs like a champ. This is just my winter engine. I've got a plethora of motors for this boat. I got a 6-horse 4-stroke Yami that runs quite well for this boat. It'll rip, but this engine, I'm just getting to know it, and it weighs all of 16 pounds, and it's nice and portable, especially for applications like this. Docks were just put in. Marina. Guys are putting some money into it. It's really starting to look good. It's transitioned pretty nicely. Ducks chilling. Got a lot of ducks down this creek. A female and a male. A lot of debris from the storms that we had. When the water level goes up, a lot of this crud will flush out through the canal system and out into the river and over Niagara Falls out to Lake Ontario. A lot of trees. The water level's very low. See a little ice. People wave to me, probably saying, "What is that lunatic doing out on the water today?" It's an obsession. There's a bunch of old 100-year-old boathouses up the creek. It is a navigable waterway. About 12 feet deep in the middle in some sections and 8 in others. Back, in the early 1900s, a lot of boathouses were up here, and there was a paper mill up the way that people commuted back and forth to work by boat. This is an old foundation for where a boathouse used to be. I know the state came through here in the 80s and basically made the people knock them down. And then those people who fought or petitioned against the state were able to continue the riparian rights, but at this point a lot of these people just wanted these structures down, so the state came in and knocked them down. That is the Twin City Highway directly ahead of us. And there's a nice little marina up here. Two brothers own it. They take wonderful care in the summer. Always maintaining the docks and guarding the place, making sure no knuckleheads run up the creek, leaving a big wake. They patrol it and they do a really nice job. And we are right around this turn here. We'll be coming up on some boathouses that actually are lived in by some people. A couple of them, one was abandoned but recently just got purchased, and then there's some land for sale next to it. But again, these boathouses were built in the 20s. Some of them are from the 1920s. I believe there's another one that's older, the early 1900s, but they're all in pretty nice shape. And again, the people take a lot of pride in them, and a lot of old antique wooden boats that live on this creek. This is fresh water. Not the cleanest water, but it is a navigable waterway, and it's pretty nice because it's kind of secluded from a lot of traffic and protected. You know, when we have really bad wind and storms, I mean, this gets affected a little bit, more so in the fall. But during the, summer and boating season, you don't have to worry about your boat getting rocked. The biggest drawback is just scummy water. It doesn't circulate that well, and a couple deadheads. You just got to be careful at night. Use a spotlight when you're navigating around. Just drive with caution. But for the most part, it's pretty nice. Boat can break ice. Done that before. Another really old railroad bridge. Summertime, there's a resident raccoon that lives up here in one of these beams. He usually hangs out. You can see the water level's very low. A lot of these docks were being used in the 80s, but since then have been neglected or taken down. Again, the ice is very destructive. Heading back. Now, just putt-putting my way back up the creek. Again, you can see some ice. See the tires that people have so thoughtfully put below the water. Obviously the water level drops. They threw all their junk tires in the water. Kind of sad. There's another tire there. And when the weather gets better, you'll actually see turtles sun themselves on these trees. This was an early railroad bridge. I don't know how old this is. The abutment's still standing, but rumor has it there was a railroad crash in the early 1900s, and people saw that there was going to be a collision, and they jumped out of the train and into the creek, and most people survived the crash. But I believe this is where the original bridge was, and that is the abutment. Oh, there's some Canadian geese. Filthy animals. The abutment there is still standing. Obviously the other one is long gone. But it is pretty cool. Lots of beaver live on the banks over here on the shore. Lots of beaver dens. And they're very active little buggers, especially at night. You'll be coming up the creek, you'll hear kerplunk. It's their tail, it's their defense mechanism to scare people off. But they are cute little animals. I know there's some beaver in here. We got some trees that fell over from the winter. Those will get washed out. You see over here the shoreline, there's bricks, probably remnants of foundations of boathouses that were here once upon a time. Probably spread the bricks to help with erosion. I officially have this boat up on plane. 2 horsepower. We're actually clipping along pretty good. I got to get in the middle of the boat. But she's doing really well. Approaching my dock. We're going to go a little bit farther.
This will conclude the tour of Ellicott Creek. Thank you for joining me on an awesome ride today.